Hi, Chuck Matasic at Kodabow Crossbows. Today I'd like to talk about anti-dry fire systems and how they work on crossbows and why they're important. If you take a trigger group on a crossbow, I think we're all familiar with safeties and the idea that fire means fire and safe means safe. And we have an ambidextrous safety on our crossbows. But anti-dry fire systems are solely designed to prevent the crossbow from shooting unless there's an arrow in place. And they can work a couple different ways in crossbows. So let me take a cocked crossbow here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. We have a crossbow and it's fully cocked. The bow is in safe, and you can certainly move the safety from fire to safe when you're hunting. But in this condition, there's no arrow in the crossbow. Anti-dry fire systems work principally by two different kind of methods. One method is when you pull the trigger with the bow and fire, the bowstring is released, it travels forward a little bit and runs into something else. So there's kind of two events happening there. The bowstring's moving, it runs into something else and stops and doesn't allow the whole crossbow to discharge. Not real fans of that. Why? Because when that string runs into something else, it can damage your servings. Yeah, your crossbow didn't shoot and subject your limbs to all that extraordinary force, but you also, if you end up with damaged servings or at worst case a broken bowstring, your anti-dry fire really didn't help you. So in our situation, the other way is our bowstring really doesn't move if we go and put the safety to the fire position and pull the trigger, and I'll show you that in a minute. So if we zoom in here, I'm going to put the bow to fire, and if you want to see folks get excited, if they say, and you're looking at a crossbow and you say, hey, it has an anti-dry fire system, have them show it to you. And that's what I'm going to do here. So the bow is from the safe to the fire position, and if you look very closely at the string, when you pull the trigger on a Kodabow, the string won't move. And we have one other feature that's worthy of mentioning. When an arrow comes in, you get a visual indicator right here as this lever drops from the horizontal to the minus 45 degrees position that your arrow's in the bow. So in any event, there's no arrow in the bow, so this lever's horizontal. I'm going to move the safety to the fire position, and I'm going to pull the trigger. You'll hear a click, but the string will not move and be released. And we like that because it saves your servings, it saves your bowstring, and it's really kind of a pretty robust way to do things. So that's a few things on anti-dry fire systems. To recap, ours at Kodabow, we don't release the bowstring. Number two, you've got a visual indicator when your arrow's in the bow to tell you that you've disengaged the anti-dry fire and you're ready to shoot. A lot of hunters are going to be out there with their anti-dry fire systems this season. If their arrow sneaks forward and they don't know it, the bow won't shoot. So they'll be constantly keeping their arrow in the trigger group. At Kodabow, you can just visually look at that little lever and say, hey, my arrow's in, everything's good, I know my bow's going to shoot. Thanks a lot. A few words on anti-dry fires.